You've been with us for maybe a year, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years. Maybe you've been with us more than a decade or two. You know how much we love our Regine tweezers. Well, come right in because here they are at $23.95. We do have a wonderful choice of colors for you here today. And in fact, I'll just double check what we're calling these colors because I only saw 3 on the website. So I just want to make sure I'm giving you the right information. 910-773 is your item number. Here's what we love about Regine tweezers. They are solid stainless steel. These are for your brows, your ingrown hairs, your facial hair, whiskers, nose hair, splinters, you name it. You will never have to sharpen them, and they last and last and last. The Regine tweezers that I have are the last tweezers that I ever purchased. That was 8 years ago. Those tweezers still work like new. So let me take you through the colors. We have mint, we have pearl pink, lilac, lavender, and the white. And Angie Lee is in the house. She is our beauty expert, so it's so exciting to have you here for the first time in our new
so
studios.
happy to be here.
But you're not new to Regine, and you're certainly not new to all of our incredible viewers that are out there. More than 20 years in the industry. Angie Lee, I have never found a better pair of tweezers than Regine.
No,
and
absolutely not.
Nothing gets all those little hairs, even the stubborn ones.
Absolutely
Even
not.
The ones on your chinny
because
chin,
you know they
like
are
Regine.
grabbing the hair literally on the very first try every single time. Now, we all know we have drawers full of tweezers that just simply don't work. You're constantly trying to find that hair, grab that hair, it's breaking off the hair. Those days are long gone. What you are looking at is truly the most advanced cosmetic grade tweezer that you will ever have to purchase. If you come right in close, I just want to show you what else makes this really extraordinary and why they're so effective. Right there on the interior of the tip, these have a nano laser etched tip on the inside. So this is going to ensure that we are gripping that hair. There you go. Now you can see it, that texture that's built in. That grabs the hair at the root every single time on the first try. Not only that, but the tension, of course, is perfect. That tension of, look at that, no gaps. No spacing in between. The precision is perfect because why? Well, each of these are made by hand. So you've got that double grade, surgical grade stainless steel, and then dipped in that beautiful, beautiful Italian enamel.
Come here.
And these colors,
I'm your model.
Gorgeous. I'm gonna walk, I'm gonna bring you some.
Bring them with us.
I'm gonna bring you some over.
I'm sure I missed some.
Yes. There you go.
There you go.
Take a look at this.
You know it's sad when you can't decide whether to pluck your brow or to pluck your chin hairs. You're like, wait, no. Oh gosh, what's the worst thing? These are the best tweezers. Now, I don't have this exact pair, but I am so impressed with the Regine tweezers that I have purchased in the past. In fact, I still have the same pair, Angie, that I bought 8 years ago. Let me tell you how obsessed I am with those tweezers. Those tweezers, I don't go anywhere without those tweezers. I have a little box for them. I take them with me when I travel, and if I ever forget to bring my tweezers and I try to use a pair from like the drugstore, I'm like, they slip. I cannot pull out hair with other tweezers. There's nothing like these tips. So what makes these tips so different? What makes like the tension and the balance so different?
You know, because unlike regular tweezers that are just kind of, you know, banged out in a factory down an assembly line, you know, by the thousands, these are actually made by artisans. So they are done individually, individually handcrafted, and then individually put under a microscope that goes through like a 50 checkpoint list of precision before it can even leave the facility in which it's made. They never wear down. They never need sharpening. Simple and easy, just a little bit of hot water and some alcohol. You can clean this. Really important too to mention that when you're doing your tweezing, you want to make sure you're starting with clean, dry skin. You don't want to have oils, lotions, or creams, anything that's going to kind of obstruct the hair from the gripping. That gripping on the interior of these tweezers is what's grabbing that hair each and every time. So whether your hair is fine, whether your hair is deeply rooted and extremely thick, it does not matter. My suggestion to you, of course, is going to be getting more than one because these make great gifts. You're going to want to keep one in your handbag.
How are they $23.95?
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And these are brand new colors, by the way. You will also notice when you get yours home, it comes with this little silicone tip. I want you to hold on to that. Don't throw it away because after you use this, you want to place that right back on the end each and every time to keep that tip protected.
Okay, the tips are amazing. Have you ever seen someone so excited about a pair of tweezers? But I can say this because
Yes.
I own Regine tweezers and I'm always asking for them. I asked for tweezers on What a Girl Wants. I can't even tell you how many times. I'm going to see how close we can get on these tips because I really want you to understand what you're getting here today. Guys, that is amazing. Thank you so much because I really want you to see how these are etched and how they are angled and how they maintain their sharpness, Angie.
Yes, they really do.
Look
And
at how
it's
amazing
so
these are.
unbelievable.
Look at the inside of the tweezers. That's what's going to grab that hair, that stubborn little hair.
Yes, and this is 2 times tempered surgical grade stainless steel. So these are not rusting on you. They're not, these are going to work for you every single time you pull them out of the drawer. Take a look at your screen right now because I want you to see it in action. This is what I'm talking about when I say gripping that hair and pulling it out from the root the very first time. It's not breaking off the hair, causing, ingrown hairs and all the other things. We're going to get this done. We're going to get it done so quickly. The precision is unlike any other tweezer you have ever used before. Once you have Regine, you will never, ever go back to any other tweezer that you've ever used.
I'm such a tweezer snob.
I am too now.
And this happened by accident. I was like, oh, thanks for the tweezers. The first time we did a presentation together. And then I was like, oh, these tweezers. These are not like any other tweezer. I have quite kind of thick, dark brows, and sometimes that hair can be very, very stubborn. Have you ever had a little chin hair and you're like, I tried to pull it out. It didn't come. I tried to pull it out. I didn't come. You're like, what is in my chin? That hair is like, it's like hanging on for dear life. And I'm like, oh no, you are not going to win this battle today because I can see that chin hair maybe in my rear view mirror. Maybe it's reflecting in the sunlight. Things that you never see at home in your regular mirror, you sometimes see when you're sitting in your car. When you need a great tweezer, you do not have to spend a fortune. And they can be expensive. But I'll tell you what, don't even bother with a drugstore tweezer that's not even going to grip your hair. There's nothing more frustrating than finally getting a hold of that one little hair that's all out of place, and then it breaks off.
Right.
Or it slips.
Right.
And you're constantly going back and trying to get it again.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially, too, if you're having to wear, like, your readers or you're having to look in a magnifying mirror, that's already one thing in itself. Watch it as it goes into action. When I'm telling you, it grabs it by the root. So it's not just grabbing the hair at the surface. It's literally pulling it out from the root every time.
Okay, that's amazing because that's why other tweezers, when you feel like you just break off the hair, the hair is like back the next day.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't pull it out from the root, if you pull it out from the root, then it's going to be gone longer.
It's going to be gone a lot longer. And the hardest thing really is going to be choosing your color. These are brand new for summer. I love, love, love the white. That is something I've never seen before. So whether you're choosing the white or the lilac or the lavender, the pink, the mint, it does not matter. They're all absolutely gorgeous. They are so easy to take care of. You just put that little silicone tip back on, clean them when they're done after each use. I like to just run a little hot water, maybe a little bit of alcohol, clean them up, and they will last you forever. They never wear down. They don't need sharpening. When I tell you these are created by artisans, it is unbelievable to watch the process. I know we used to have a video, I'm not sure if we still have that or not, but showing the making of each and every individual tweezer. Think about that for a moment. I can guarantee you the tweezers at your drugstore are not made individually. They're not made by hand. They're not put under a microscope to go down a 50-point checklist before they leave the facility. They are not dipped in this beautiful Italian glaze. They're absolutely gorgeous. The tension on this is perfection. As I close this, you can see, there we go. I wanted you guys to take a look at this because this to me was what was so extraordinary. We are talking about something that is first class, next level, unlike any tweezer you've ever used before.
Well, this is what I love about Regine. I mean, this is a company that has been around for more than 100 years. They're family owned and operated, and they build things to last. They make surgical tools. They make tools that fix and maintain watches. They work with technology companies to create stainless steel precision products. This is why this is an item that will be possibly the last tweezers you will ever buy. And for $23.95, that sounds like a really good investment in a pair of tweezers. So when you have lip hair, Gotta get it with the tweezer, right?
Those little baby fine hairs are sometimes much harder, you know, to do than the thick, coarse hair, right? They're harder to see. But imagine, even the finest of hair, I'm gonna be able to grip onto that and know that I'm pulling it from the root the very first time. So that way, I don't have to keep coming back and tweezing every other minute, right? Get it done quickly, and everybody should have this type of beauty tool in their arsenal.
It's
a great
so
pair of tweezers makes all the difference.
I notice what I love about mine is that they're so precise. If I just see that one hair, right, and you want to go in right by the edge of where your brow begins or where your brow ends, you're not accidentally like glomming onto a whole clump, or if you have the finest hair, it actually grabs and holds. So as long as your skin is clean, the only time you don't want to use it is obviously if you have like something really greasy on, like sunscreen, or you just put on some oil. Obviously, you're not going to be able to grip the hair. But if your skin is clean, there is no reason why these won't work on every single hair. So let me give you some updates. Very popular today. We have a birthday price, less than $24 for great tweezers. It is worth every single penny. These are the last tweezers you may need to buy. We have the mint, which is going fast. We have our little pink. We have our lilac, not to be confused with lavender. And then we also have it for you in the white. So already very popular, 910-773. If you're like me and you have, you know, makeup at work and then you have sort of makeup at home, this is going to be a great option for you.
You are going to want this everywhere you are. I've had this happen because I had like just some old cheapo, like, you know, little drugstore tweezers in one bag. And when I reached in there and it wasn't the Regine, I was like, I just didn't even want to use it. I mean, that is how amazing these are. For those of you that know Regine, for those of you that already own Regine, you know that there just is no comparison. It makes it not only easier, it makes it safer and more effective because we're getting that hair at the root every single time on the very first time. Remember too, these are not going to rust. They are not ever needing sharpening. I mean, just the precision alone, the tension alone. I mean, they have thought of every single aspect to create the perfect cosmetic tweezer.
That's a great shot right there, guys. Thank you so much. Our crew's doing such an amazing job, by the way. I'm nothing without them tonight, but you can really see how precise they are. You can see the angle. I hate when I have to go for that drugstore pair because I either left mine at home or I can't remember if I left it at work, because the other tips of other tweezers are not that precise. They're not that perfect angle. They don't have the right tension. In fact, they feel kind of clumsy. Don't you feel like they're really clumsy?
And
after,
you know, this feels good
after you've
in both
used
hands
Regine.
too.
Yeah.
Like even if you think, I have dexterity issues, struggle with tweezing, do not, because these are so ergonomically designed. It does not matter if you're right-handed, left-handed. It does not matter. They fit so comfortably in your hand.
This is, you know, sometimes the only way we can really get the perfect brow, right? Any tips on tweezing? Like, where do we start? Where do we end?
Yeah, you know, you can always, I like to sometimes just take the other end of my tweezer and just kind of hold it up so you have that exact angle, like the edge of the nose, you know?
Okay.
And then you know, and then where to start. I mean, it just makes it a little bit easier. That's kind of the rule of thumb, you know, and then also angling on the outside of the eye. is really up to you. I mean, people like their brows all different shapes and sizes. My brow hair happens to be very long, so I'm constantly tweezing a lot over here. But I love the fact that it's simple, it's easy, it's quick. I get it done quickly, and especially for those really fine hairs, you know, the ones that you don't see till you're like in the car, in the rearview mirror, in the sunlight, or in my case, most of the time my daughter's the one that's telling me like, hey, you got that straight
Okay, so
hair.
I have this friend, this is a true story, and she found this huge chin hair, and she goes, you did not tell me that I had a giant chin hair. And I said, I know, that's our pact as friends. We have to tell each other. I said, honestly, I did not see it, but she got in the car, she was in the sunlight, you pulled down that rearview mirror, and you're like, ah, what has happened? Make sure you have Regine tweezers with you wherever you go. Unfortunately, I hope we have enough left for Beauty Report tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
But that's going to be fun. Angie's going to be one of our fabulous guests during Beauty Report Wednesdays at 9 p.m. But we got to get back to Cora's because we've got Cora's waiting in the wings. So Angie, thank you.
So
I'll see you soon, and we'll get that out to you. We have some really good stuff from Cora's coming up. So let me go ahead and give you a little heads up and a reminder on our today's special, reminder on our